Hi, thank you so much for joining me here today on my channel. My name is Michelle if you've never seen my face before. And today I'm going to show you how I created this look and share my initial thoughts with you about this brand new Tarte Maneater After Dark palette. So if you're interested in hearing my initial thoughts on this palette and seeing some of the comparisons of the shades within this palette to some of my other Tarte palettes, just keep watching. Full disclosure, I had no intentions of purchasing this palette when I saw it starting to circulate online. When I first saw it, my initial thoughts were, no. It looks like slightly regurgitated shades and maybe a new one, like the green one. The green one looks pretty fresh. I ended up going into Ulta to pick up my 21 Days of Beauty purchases. 21 Days of Beauty haul coming soon. Be sure to subscribe if you're interested in seeing what all I picked up from the sale, which I also had zero intention of shopping. I digress. I was in there picking up my online order and I saw this in person. The colors just looked so beautiful that I decided I was gonna give it a go. So here we are. I'm ready to jump into this beautiful palette. I'm sure you're like, girl, that's enough. We don't care, just open the palette. Oh, beautiful packaging. I love that. Here's the plastic. It says Maneater. This is what the palette looks like. It's really pretty. So today I'm going to create a look. I'm also just going to compare it to some of the other Tarte palettes that I have in my stash. Technically, a couple of these have been decluttered, but I haven't rehomed them yet. So I pulled them out of my declutter pile, and I thought we'd compare some of the shades to see if there's any similarities. So be sure to stay to the end to see the comparison. Let me get my eyes primed and we'll get started. Okay, I've got my hair pulled back and my eyes are primed. I have one complaint already. I don't like how this mirror doesn't stay open like some of the higher quality packaging palettes do. That's just a side note. Okay, I feel like I've seen these shades a lot from Tarte here, as well as these, and a little bit of these right in here. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this beige, kind of like for a transition shade. You pretty much cannot see that color in the crease, but it is, you know, just putting down the initial lay down shade for the others to blend nicely on. And I mean, I can kind of see it. It's just very close in color to my MAC Paint Pot shade. So next I'm gonna take this shade up here in the corner. Tarte shadows are really soft and easy to work with. I feel like it's a great formula for beginners or for people who are like in a hurry for work and you just want to throw together a couple of really beautiful shades together and come out with a pretty look that won't take you a long time. Tarte is really good for that. Tarte used to be the palette that I used for going to work, like a Tarte palette, the In Bloom. So I really have a good experience with Tarte shades. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take this. I'm just gonna start to deepen that up a little bit. It's not as dark as I thought it would be by looking at it in the pan, but that's kind of true to form for Tarte. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with this really pretty shimmer here in the corner. No glitter glue or anything like that. Just want to see how the shade performs. I'm going to put that here. That was a little disappointing. Let me scratch it a little harder. And I should have taken photos before I messed up the beautiful imprint. Oh my God. I never think about that before I start my video. You really have to dig in to get any payoff though. And so there went that beautiful design already. Ooh, that's pretty though. That's the look so far. It's not really like spectacular or anything. I feel like I want to deepen up the crease a little bit. I'm going to go into this burgundy, that deeper tone, and just kind of try to work that up here a little bit more. Let me get my paint pot blended in here on the edges. I mean, this is like a nice little simple everyday look, but I feel like the shimmers aren't very impactful on this particular combination. So I'm gonna go in with this natural hair brush and see if that helps. I'm gonna pick up the same shade. Better. Yeah, I think I just like natural hair brushes a lot better. All right, I'm gonna spray my brush just to see what kind of an effect that gives. Oh, yeah, that did it. That's what I was looking for. Definitely spray the brush. Do you see the difference? Gives you a whole lot more control and impact. Whoa, look at that. That's what I was needing. That's a big difference. Let me do the other side. I feel like that does look better. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this matte color. Oh, don't drop the palette. Oh my God, I thought I was gonna drop the palette. I can already tell this cheap ass plastic would break right away. This does not feel like a sturdy palette at all. So not only did the packaging get a little like flimsier, but the price went up. This is an expensive palette. This palette was $52. Yeah. Okay, so there's the matte in the inner corner. I do like the way that looks, just for a slight bit of brightening. Just to like brighten up that area. Also a little bit here at the top brow. I just want to blend those two together right here. I'm going to pick up some of this dark brown to do a liner. Okay, so this is the eye look. I'm going to do some eyeliner and mascara and come back to show you the completed look. Okay, so this is the completed eye look for my first initial impression with this palette. I think it's pretty. Could I have done this with another palette? Probably so. Did I need to spend $52 on this particular Tarte palette? Possibly not, but I am happy to have it. I do plan to do a few more looks with it. It seems to be the same type of formula that Tarte is known for, so if you really enjoyed some of their previous palettes, I think you would like this one. Let me go ahead and pull some of the other palettes that I have of theirs, and let's do some comparisons. So here I've got the Tartelette, Lil Juicy. I do see some similarities, some slight similarities, like over here in this rosy corner. You see that? So, and the pinks there. Yeah, so there's a little bit of similarities in this palette. Similarities in this palette though, if you can tell. And this is the Tartelette All Matte. Next I have the Young, Wild, and Cruelty Free palette. Oh, definitely. I see some similarities in here for sure. Okay, you see this like orangey row and the goldens? Those are very similar. I think what I'm gonna end up doing is having a swatch party and comparing some of these shades so that we can see, are these actually new shades or are they regurgitated? Yeah. So far, I feel like not all of these shades are very new. Definitely see some similarities also in these palettes. This is going to be hard to hold up because they're both big and clunky, but hold on one moment. In here, I feel like there's some similarities and almost in the browns, but not quite. Some of the pinks are also very similar. And this large one is the Tartelette Full Bloom. Last Tarte palette that I have in my stash at this time. Yeah, I thought that there might be some similarities in the yellows, but not really. This one's a little bit more orangey and this one's a little bit more bright. So, And same with the orange. This one's a little bit more fall pumpkin orange. This one's a little bit more like the color fruit orange. So I hope those comparisons were a little bit helpful. I do plan on doing some swatches, so I'm going to do a separate swatch video. So thank you so much for joining me for another one of my videos. I do plan on creating a few more looks with it, so be sure to subscribe if you're interested in seeing some of the other looks that I'm going to post with this really soon. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. That really does help my channel out a lot. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!